another video from Ignite. Today we'll be going into the state of the game and what I think the future of the Ants holds, as well as the past updates and such that they've done that I believe there should be a few changes that would actually help with the game being more fun for not only free to play but also pay to win and the general community. But before we get into that, I got to go into the usual shenanigans. This video and my channel is sponsored by Aptoids. That link will be on the screen right now as well as in the description below. But getting the game via Aptoids, it's currently only available for Android, or if you run iTunes off of Bluestacks, you can also do it that way. But it's only available for Android, but it gives you the possibility of using my code 5 to 40% off on all in-game purchases when they're doing their monthly giveaway days and such. You can even get up to 70% off all in-game purchases. It's a great little app, completely safe. Many of my people use it that are subscribed. It's been working great. I use it daily myself. I actually typically run the game itself via Aptoids, especially when it's a combat situation, just to help reduce with the lag and increase the stability, as I find it a lot more stable than even the Google Play version. But anyway, with that too, as we progress with not only sponsors but also if we ever get monetized by YouTube, then what I'll be doing is a giveaway back to the community for anybody that is subscribed and in my Discord. And what this will be is a monthly draw of 100% of any earnings for the first 3 months, and then after that it'll be a 25% draw, or 25% of all earnings every month. So invite your friends, get them subscribed, join in the Discord. Also with the Discord, it's a community tool there for helping people. We got very intelligent people in there that have been playing a very long time. I can answer pretty much any question you want. There's also a channel there that is there for if you guys want to have a video made, then I'll be happy to take the suggestions and make a video. Part of the reason why I'm doing this video today is, even though I usually am based around tutorials and such, I don't have anything that anybody wants me to cover right now. So if you got an idea, please throw it in there. But anyway, we'll get right into it. So with the state of the game, a little bit of background. I started playing about 2 years ago, and when I first started playing, it was a lot more thinking involved in the game. You actually had to have some math skills to be able to find the best counters for different lineups and different ants and such like that. We have so far progressed away from that, which is understandable in games like these. It usually does, but the problem that I had seen is it really kind of annihilated most of the free-to-play community, or just the strategy side of things, of being able to figure out what to do and how to progress throughout your experience within the ants. So that's one thing that I don't think really helps for the state of the game for the ants. But I think that's a minor thing compared to what else is going on. When the island first came around, it was, well, the first island was kind of a mess because there was a lot of things that were broken about it, mostly for the fact that like all the resources and such that you were using, you weren't going to get back. They made that change, and they actually listened to the community quite a bit, but there was changes that they made that nobody asked for, which I don't think was the best move either. Like for instance, having the clay limitation, it causes more strife within the alliance and such, because now you're kind of split as far as when your team can play. You're limited each day to certain amount of moves basically that you can make, which I can understand why they did it in one sense, because it slowed down the pace of the game. But at the same time, it kind of defeated the purpose of like having an extremely active alliance or anything like that until it gets to like the fighting part of it. That's the real difference with that. No matter what, the activity is still rather active. But then they went further into making the Baron land. And now the Baron has, for the most part, been a huge downgrade. It has not had very good reviews or very good experiences at all from it. And, oh yeah, good old stability of the game. Especially with splitting like the camps up and such, and having the ability for the camp leader to literally eliminate any one alliance completely from being able to play the game is a very bad thing. Plus, you know, for the entire process of it, no matter what, you're kind of stuck doing that, as well as if you happen to be in an alliance that's not quite on the same time schedule as the camp leader, your reward output is actually based off of how much you actually do. So that really messes up not only alliances, but everything else. Now on top of that, just the normal gameplay of it, I know that they recently made it so that different alliances within the camp can actually go ahead and like remove buildings so that others can get into it, which is a good thing for them to have done. But it still has no real combat or anything besides just normal teamwork until you actually get into the final phase. Now, with that being said, as far as it affecting the state of the game, in my opinion, I think it does, because I think it drove a lot of people away from being excited about a new mode in the game to being really disappointed, which causes more and more people to kind of, you know, start shying away from the game, etc., etc. But I know that they are trying to change things, but as even though all these have been negatives, there is positive coming, I promise. Now, with all of this that they got going on, that one of the biggest things that I think is the biggest downfall is it completely, with the introduction of back-to-back islands, it completely negated out normal gameplay as far as, you know, War of the Kings or PvP Day on Sundays or SVS really at all, because even now, like our alliance, we don't even care about actually winning the war zone as long as we're able to get our 9 shells, our personal 9 shells. So I think it kind of ruined a lot of the initial aspects of the game that we came to love, with, you know, the schedule of it, being able to, you know, do Alliance Expedition and actually have a fun fight, ways to be able to really test within it. They really kind of eliminated a lot of that ability. Now, on to the good. I think that they are, I discussed this in my last video, but with them evolving the normal special lands that you can get from hatching, I think that they're moving more back into the direction of giving free-to-play more access and such. Which is going to be a good thing. Again, that's speculation. I don't know if they're actually doing that. I don't know what the real plan is there, or if it's just cosmetic. None of us really know. I'm hoping that what it is it's more of a balancing thing to try to make it so that those ants are more viable again and actually seen use in gameplay. That's my hope, which if it is, that's a very good direction, because that brings back life into the game again. Now, back to the whole island thing. What I would have done there is I probably would have split it up to where you have a mandatory, say, 3-week break from each island back to the normal, which would still give some life into the normal, especially as they're rolling through these updates that they have come out, like the evolving ants and shit like that, it gives time for people to actually test them, and without being in a high competitive zone, to really not only test but figure their own account out, and also bring some life back to the normal part of the game, the part that you start out with. But again, that's something that we'll have to see in the future and really see when the update is live. Now, overall, with the state of the ants, in my opinion, again, this is all my opinion, I'm seeing a degrade because they are every 2 weeks rolling out a new ant, new insect, whatever, that's on the same pay scale, and it gets to be to where, you know, only the rich are going to get stronger. The free-to-play really don't have a way to combat it anymore, and which is a shame because it takes away a lot of the actual fun of the game. So I'm hoping that this balancing, obviously what you pay for is always going to be better or stronger, but I'm hoping that this balancing that I suspect is coming up will kind of change that a bit to where free-to-play or low spenders have a chance of winning. I would also like to see them, kind of like how they do with the hard branches, where you do the $1 purchase a day for a week to be able to get a hard branch. I would like to see them implement that as well into being able to get, you know, a copy of some of these ants. Some that's a low budget, but still is a money maker for them. Even if they up it up to, like, you know, I know we need 10 hard branches now to get a skin or whatever. Even if they did something similar and made it like 50, something that gives the people a possibility or a chance to eventually get those ants, I think would be a good addition for them to do. But with all that being said, as far as the actual state of the game, I think they're going to see a more steady decline until they do make some fundamental changes that really caters to the free-to-play or the minor spenders. We'll hope and see that that's what they're doing. I'm not really holding my breath too much, but it would be nice to see people actually come back to the game, not quit just because they got tired of it. We'll see. I do hope so, because I do love this game. And, you know, with so many people that have been around for ages, like Umbrus leaving now, and, you know, some of the other high-profile YouTubers that used to cover this, is something that I think that we really need is a rework. So, we shall see. Anyway, this has been a long video of me just rambling. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Something different that I don't typically do. If you did, then hit the subscribe, hit the like, drop by the Discord. If you want to see more videos like this, opinion-based on the state of the game or anything like that, let me know. And we'll see you in the next one. Egg now.